Hello. Today I'm going to be kind of testing and reviewing the Makeup a Murder Neon Poison loose shadow line. I didn't get any of the pastel ones because I find it's much easier to pigment pastel shades, so you can get them kind of cheaper and have them work just as well as if you bought expensive ones. So I only got the neon ones today. I got 6 colors. I don't know if I have all the colors, but I do have these 6. So these 6 little bottles I paid $50 for. I'm gonna do kind of comparing them to a eyeshadow pan, like a solid shadow instead of a loose shadow. And the comparison I'm going to be doing is to the Violet Voss Bright Vibes palette, because this is the only other kind of higher quality neon palette that I have. So with this one, I'm in Canada, so I did pay $50 for it. You do get more colors, but from what I've been reading, the pan, if you look, is very shallow, so you're getting about half the product that you would in this bottle, but you do get less color selection. So personally, I haven't ever tried loose eyeshadows. I've only ever tried ones from like a palette like this. So I'm really excited to try it. Some of my issues that I have with this palette are the pigmentation doesn't translate as brightly as it could, or as brightly as I would like it to, I guess. And there's a lot of fallout. So you're wasting a lot of product. But this isn't a review of this palette, so let's get into these. Let's have a look at the purple one. So right off the bat, the bottle is super cute and it's super small, so if you needed to take it somewhere, it's a lot easier than taking an entire palette, and then you can only take the colors that you need with you as opposed to having to take an entire palette with you. So another nice thing is this cork is a nice rubber. It's sticky. It's not going to stick to things you have, but it's not going to come out of here unless you are making it come out, which is nice. The bottle is glass, and it's a nice thick glass, so if you are carrying around it in your purse or something, it's not going to be breaking. But it's not such a thick glass that you're getting kind of cheaped out on product. Let's have an open up and see what the inside is like. Open it carefully when you do, because the color does stick to the cork. Not a ton, but you don't want to be losing that much pigment every time you're taking it out. So it is a bit longer than I expected. I expected it to be shorter. So it is going to be going down into the bottle about there. But I'm looking in here and you're not really losing any notable amount of pigment because the cork is going down, and it just makes doubly sure that you're not losing any product if it turns upside down or is in a bag or something. I'm going to assume all the bottles are the same. I'm going to do my kind of base makeup, and then I guess we'll get right into doing these eyeshadows. So my first step is to always put my hair up. For eyebrows, I use the 4 Black Rimmel London eyeshadow pencil. This is an eyebrow gel. Sadly, it's very old and I don't know what it is. This gel is CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow, and I only use it on the tips. This is the Milan Prep Set Go Transparent Powder. This is the Cover FX Blurring Primer, and I use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. Personally, I only apply the primer where I'm going to be using makeup. As for foundation, I only really spot treat because I don't like how full face feels on my skin. As for the sponge, it's just a sponge I believe I got at the dollar store. Lime Crime brush. For blush, I use the NYX color palette, and I use color number 7, and I kind of apply a healthy amount with the brush, and then I blend it out with my fingers because I find that is what gets an even kind of coating the best. And that is all the base makeup that I do every day. I never put on more concealer or foundation than that. I only do a little bit of spot treatment if I have a few blemishes. So I need to get a new primer. This one's a little old. It has worked so well for so long. So I would definitely recommend this. I use the blurring primer one, and it works absolute wonders. So now that we are prepped and ready, I will get my brushes. I mainly use Lime Crime but I also have some other ones. I guess people always say all the brush brands and stuff that they use, but I personally don't think that's important. If you guys would like to know, feel free to comment, and I can do that in the next video. I'm not going to do it in this one because I'm using like 6 different brands of brushes. It's an exaggeration, but there's a lot of brushes here. Okay. What am I wearing today? That'll decide what my makeup will look like. I chose this little just dress from H&M. We'll go with pink today. Let's open her up. I'm going to use the stuff off the cap because I don't want to waste eyeshadow. So I'm just going to go in. Wow, I barely touched it and that picked up so much pigment. Okay, wow. So there's nominal fallout, which is good. There's not much at all. All right, let's just go in and see what we can do here. I barely touched my eye. Wow. All right, and I'm gonna blend it out with a more subtle pink from something else because that's a very bright kind of pop, and I feel like covering my whole eye in that wouldn't look too good. So I'm going to clean my brush. And I find the color Boombox from the Vibes palette is kind of a nice, almost pastel pink if you even it out. So just for comparison, that's the pigment that I get from like swiping it 3 times. And let's go in and see how they blend together. I'm gonna use the Aurora Lights BH Cosmetics palette. It's got a lot of really, really nicely pigmented glitters that look absolutely phenomenal when mixed with pretty much any other eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go in with Prismatic. I almost always do that on my brow. So let's just go in and do that. Yeah, so you can see it adds just a nice subtle little shimmer. I would like to try another color from this palette. So I'm gonna go in with this blue, and I'm gonna use this super flat little brush that I have from Lime Crime, and go under my eye because pink and blue always looks good together. Okay, so I am getting a little fallout here, but that's not the end of the world. That can be dealt with later. I might try to do an almost eyeliner thing with the blue. It's not quite as even as I'd like it to be, but that's no fault of the makeup. That's just fault of myself. And this is really just to kind of test this. So if the look doesn't look amazing, that's fine. I think this is like amazing. And there's only a little bit of fallout right there and a little bit of fallout right there. And I got a bit on my hands, but really like not much. And it's very smooth and very like nice. And let's give it a touch test. Almost nothing came off on my hands. There's gonna be a bit of coming off with the blue because I packed it on quite a bit. But I think that turned out really well. I am really, really impressed with all of these colors. I'm gonna color swatch the rest of the pigments on the back of my hand just to kind of give you guys a little feel for what they all kind of look like. So we're gonna do the purple one next. Again, I'm just gonna barely touch it to the cap, and we'll put it on my hand. So that also is like, and it blends out. Like I barely put any on my hand and I can blend it out into a big patch. And it lightens when you blend it, which is nice. I mean, all eyeshadows pretty much do that. But now the yellow I'm really excited for because this is an extremely vibrant color. And I'm really looking forward to seeing whether it translates to skin. So again, very light, barely touching, crazy amount of pigment. Yep, it looks like I just put highlighter on myself. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, those kind of go well together. Those are kind of cool. All right, and so that was the yellow that we just tested. Again, all of these are the neon. This one is called Coral Orange, or Coral Red maybe, I'm not sure. We're gonna test it next. Again, I'm gonna clean my brush off adequately. Little tap on the cap. Again, a lot of pigment on the brush with barely any touch. Again, crazy vibrant pigment that is really hard to get at this affordable of a price. Like, I mean, for 6 shades, $50 is a lot, but I find that from people who I've talked to, loose pigments last quite a bit longer than pigments that aren't loose. I'm also really looking forward to testing this green because I find it really hard for companies to make good vibrant greens. I find green is like a color that people mess up a lot. Wow, yeah, again, I'm blown away by how well it pigments. So these are all the colors, and then the ones on my eyes are also colors from this line. I'm really impressed. I am very happy with this price point. $50 is a price I am happy and glad to have paid for this, and I'm glad I'm supporting a good brand. Another big issue I have with vibrant colors is removability. So I have one makeup remover. So let's try on the hand. Wow. Okay. There's a little orange that doesn't seem to maybe want to come off, or maybe I'm just using a dirty section. Yeah, that's amazing. And let's see for the eyes. Again, it comes off super easily, and I still have so much makeup wipe left. Yeah, I'm really impressed with that. I find after some palettes that I use, I have to like scrub my face to all holy hell to get the previous fucking day's eyeshadow off. I mean, I went over everything I would want to know if I was trying to buy makeup, but I guess let me know in the comments if you liked this review. I am getting a bunch more makeup in the mail from a site, which I'll say it in the video and do all that stuff because this is a video about this. So where everything on the site is $1.35 and it all goes to charity. So what I think it is that big companies kind of donate to this company. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a review on that in the near future. So stay tuned for that, I guess.